It's Mitchell here, coming to you through my YouTube channel, The Persuasive Voice. The video I'm bringing to you is of Jon Jones. I know it's a little late, but I'm gonna put it out anyways. It's of his recent trouble, added with his and coupled with all the trouble he's been in, and it leaves you wondering. And I'm gonna have y'all answer me in the comments. How is he still fighting? How is he not suspended indefinitely for all the stuff he's done? I got a couple of videos for y'all to watch. Here's the intro. He's been in trouble several times. You know, the hit and run with the pregnant lady, the failed drug test of the cocaine, the two failed drug tests of the steroids, the recently dismissed a battery on a woman, a waitress, and now the recent charge, the DUI. Then the confrontation with the cop when he was speeding, drag racing, matter of fact. And now the recent DUI and firearms charge, aggravated firearms charge. What do we do? What the UFC needs to do what they're supposed to do, and they need to. He could have been the greatest of all time, but he did it to himself. But I want you to watch these 3 videos and let me know how you like it. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Jon Jones, UFC light heavyweight champion. Man, I mean, watching that video of the arrest, it was just, it was really tough to watch. But what a tough pill to swallow last week to see that news, was it not?
It's just sad. It's sad, right? It's embarrassing for his daughters, I think, mostly, right? They're not getting any younger, and as they get older and as he looks like he's turning over a new leaf or starting to turn the page and becoming an active champion for the UFC as he was doing late 2018 into 2019, looked like maybe he was going to be able to toe that straight and narrow, and obviously that was not the case. And I think for me, sad is just the emotion, right? Because I really do like the guy. If you're only judging him based upon personal interaction, he's basically been consistent and genuine with me since I met him in his hotel room in 2011, the day he foiled a robbery before beating Shogun to win the belt. You know, that was the first time I met the guy. We've always had a good relationship. And I think for me, I'm a girl dad. I see a father of daughters. It makes me very sad. You know, it was hard to watch that officer cam footage. It really was. You know, I just hope that he can somehow find it within him to turn the sadness and the anger into something positive. And he's got a good support system. He's got a team. You know, I feel bad for that team that has stood by him and hasn't necessarily reaped the rewards at times that they thought they would. But, you know, I'm hopeful for Jon Jones, but he's going to have to put in the effort if he really wants to affect change. And sometimes you got to bottom out to really change something. And I think he bottomed out a few days ago.
Over the last week, he was in the headlines, you know, not for the best of reasons. I'm sure you're familiar with it. How did you find out? You know, and I see that you've tweeted about it as well. What are your thoughts on the whole situation with Jon?
I found out. I woke up. I was like, oh, it's a beautiful day. Looked at my phone, and then it was Jon. I was just like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's for me, it was unbelievable. I was like, what? I was just grateful that he did it after the fight and not before the fight, to be honest, because then I wouldn't have got to fight him. What the heck? Yeah. But it's sad, man. It's a very obvious, you know, dependency deal that he's having with alcohol, and it's really, really affecting him over these years. I think he needs some real help, man. I think it's sad, and I think he needs real help. I don't know what's going on with him. I obviously don't know him at all, but I just think it's not a good look for himself, the organization, his family, and I think that he needs to get it together, man.
You know, you hear this phrase kind of thrown around all the time, where it's like two guys will have certain feelings about one another, whatever they are, and they go into to the octagon and they share 25 minutes and they beat the crap out of each other. And then there's just this new sense of, maybe closeness or, that they respect each other a little bit more, because of what they went through. Like, have you felt that with John? Have you noticed that happened in the case with you guys?
I mean, when you fight someone, they're part of your life forever, no matter what. Like, you spend so much time obsessing about this person and learning everything about their life, and them as a person. And then you fight, and then, like, there is a new respect for each other. I respect him as a fighter, as, like, a warrior, for sure. Like, but honestly, it's kind of the same as before the fight. Like, I've always respected John as a fighter. I've always respected him, in the octagon. But outside of the octagon, it's the same crap that he's been doing before that disappointed me when I was a fan of him. I was a fan of him. He did that, and it disappointed me. It made me like, dude, this guy. It made me not a fan when he hit that pregnant lady. So now he's doing the same thing. So am I really, like, super surprised? Not really. But am I surprised? Yeah, not super surprised. Disappointed? Yes. But it's this guy's life, I wish nothing for the best for him, and I hope he gets together. But man, it's not a good look. It's just not.
What do you think the UFC should do, if anything? I mean, this is one of their biggest stars. He's a guy who's held one of their championship belts for a long time. Mm-hmm. He's had fights fall through because of certain things, that happened outside of the octagon. I mean, the promotion itself, should they take any action against John, or is this just sort of the reality? Like he gets in trouble, and as long as he's legally able to compete, that he should be allowed to?
It's not for me to say, man. I'm not in any kind of position to make any kind of decisions like that. It's up to them to decide how they want to do it. Personally, I hope he doesn't get suspended because I really need to rematch him for myself. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm in the same boat as him, waiting to see what happens. It's just as important for me to find out what happens to him as him to find out what happens. So.
Yeah.
Be respected years from now without going up to heavyweight. Be a 20-time UFC light heavyweight champion. That rings bells, and I think it'll be a long time before anybody else can do something like that.
John, before we go any further, we're both into sartorial elegance.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Best dressed two men.
Look at you, tooting your horn. I think I'm gonna have to agree with him.
I mean, I don't know.
Ooh.
He looks like Gareth. He looks like a preppy schoolboy.
That's better than looking like a washed-up rock star.
Oh my God! Yes.
Well, listen, if you've got cocaine, I'll have it.
Got the wrong trick.
What I wanted to ask you about.
That guy. Oh, that was good.
Apart from light heavyweight, seriously, there was a time.
Garth doesn't give a fuck. I like that. I like that.
I mean, I had a few tequilas on the way.
Hey, my man.
But and didn't go to bed. But there was a time, maybe a couple of years ago, where there was talk about you stepping up to heavyweight, and the whole 10 fighters, 1 to 10 on the roster, could all have been $1 million buys on pay-per-view. You going through the heavyweight roster, and everyone thought you were going to do that. It really amazes me that you say you want to stay at light heavyweight and you want to keep there, because surely you have what it takes to beat all the heavyweights as well.
Thank you for that compliment. I feel like if things aren't broke, then we shouldn't be reaching to fix it. And I also understand that oftentimes grass may not be greener on the other side. Heavyweights hit a lot harder. They get knocked out every other fight. And I appreciate having a healthy brain. I got daughters to raise, and I know that I'm more than a fighter. And so I just want to take the right fights. If I'm making the light heavyweight division just fine, through maturity, I'm learning how to eat even cleaner when necessary. So it's like why mess with a good thing? I think that's my answer.
Do you think if you were in another sport with the standing you do have, you'd be more famous globally? Like in the girls boxing?
No, not necessarily. No, because I think I think I am as known as I am because of a lot of good things I've done and a lot of bad things I've done. You know, if you look at Conor McGregor, I mean, Conor McGregor had the personality. You know, some people just have that it factor. And Conor indeed has it. You know, he's a likable guy. He knows what to say. He knows how to deliver a funny joke. And he has a nation behind him. So I can't blame how big or how small of a star I may be on the UFC. It's up to me.
And the last one for me, I remember when we were in my car in London, yeah, Vanderlei Silva,
Yes.
Thiago Silva, Malky, yapping away in the back. You, me in the front, 3 hours we were stuck in the car going to that UFC event. We'd just done the expo. And you were about 20, you were just about to beat Shogun, yeah?
Yeah, I'd have been 22 then.
22.
Yeah.
And we had a 3-hour chat about your life, okay? And I've taken to you ever since then. You even apologised for leaving trash in my car. You called me sir. But we have always had a bond because of that day.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, 100%.
And, yeah, deep inside yourself, are you a good guy trying to be bad, or are you a bad guy trying to be good?
That's a good question. I think I am a bad guy that's trying to be good. Just because religiously we're all sinners. We're all sinners. We're born into sin. It's our nature to sin. And it's a decision to try to do the right thing. You know, it's a decision to do the right thing when no one's looking, right? And so
I'll see you next time. Peace.